I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Of course. Good day.
Watch what you're doing.
victory. For now. Fools! I'm proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Oh no!
Fools!
That's how it's done. Is someone there? It's the last of them. What was that? I'd kill you if I had to. That takes care of that.
Approaches. No, you must not look at me. Not like this. He who plants kind words grows a garden of friendship, and every day it becomes stronger. Every day a new spring. It has been a long time since I met one who saw past this husk of rags and bones to the queen whose soul remains captive inside. For I am Queen Irel, the dead Queen Irel of Murith. Unfortunately, I am not surprised. It is a punishment served by historians who find my fate to be a stain on the legacy of our people. To think that a person's entire existence can be brushed away with the stroke of a quill and the strum of a liar's tongue. I am a Droga. Drachcon servants such as myself are despised for our our loyalties, as we are thought to have betrayed man to aid the dragons. Neither tome nor song will sing my praises, if they sing for me at all. For the dead can suffer no greater wound, no harsher penalty than the hollows of empty silence. If you believe this to be the rim of sky and heaven, then your people have not ventured further north. In my time, this land was to the south, a land whose winter was far warmer than the summers in Admora. There were many who fled south to escape the war, but I led my people here because the crops tended to flourish in lands baked in the sun. Those who migrated here named this land Murith, in honor of the Mer who called it home. Our people learned to cooperate with the Mer, just as we did with the Dovra, the dragons whom we worshipped and served. Slowly we began to establish cities. Some might dare to call it a kingdom. It encompassed a small stretch of land along the broken cape, but the palace sat at its center like a great jewel. As I had led one of the original settlements, and had once trained to become a dragon priest, I was chosen as queen. The dragon priests respected the Dovra for their might and power. We paid tribute to them, and in return lived in harmony. In Murith, no such order had been established. Without a dragon priest to conduct the rituals, it was left to me to teach my people the old ways. History rarely tells the whole truth. It was true that the Mer attacked Sarthal, but it was not for fear of our strength. They sought that which was promised to them, a great source of power, a shimmering ball of magicka encased in runes of an ancient tongue. The Mer thought it to be older than the world itself, the all-seeing eye of the great architect, the blind witness to all of creation. Magnus. The eye was the price of peace. Only when our kingdom was conquered by Ysgramor, he deemed it too heavy a price to pay. Then came the Night of Tears and Ysgramor's return, when all beginnings came to an end, and all ends came for a single beginning. We shared resources, knowledge, and to bridge this gap, I abandoned the old Medic tongue in order to ensure nothing would be lost in translation. Some considered it heresy, yet I knew that for both our races to survive in this cold and unforgiving land, we needed to work as partners. For our people, the spoken word is a powerful weapon, one that can lead an army. Yet by adopting another's word, I chose to lead by example. And it wasn't just for my own people. If I shed my pride and spoke the elven tongue, perhaps they too would be willing to embrace our customs. A most tragic tale indeed. It was after the Night of Tears, when Ysgramor returned to Merith with 500 warriors in tow. My people no longer wanted peace. They wanted blood, and even those who were steadfastly loyal to me crowned Ysgramor their leader and king. I was frustrated, angry. Were they blind to the truth? Did they learn nothing from the wars in Admora? Vengeance begets vengeance, and war never ends, not without the murder of an entire people, the death of 1,000 children who committed no crime. What I did for my people, so that history would not stain their hands in blood. I sought the old allegiances, the power of the Dovra. Alone, unguarded, I stole away to the lair of the frost dragon Cordinaus, perched atop a spire of stone on a snow-capped hill. I gave myself into his service, for a boon, to imbue Amur with the powers of frost, to give their people a chance to survive. So they say, but the truth has a way of mottling even the whitest of lies. He was the Prince of Solstheim, and he was granted the power of ice and snow. There on that island to the east is what remained of the Snow Elf people, and where they would make their final stand. Imbued with a new strength, the prince rode into the Battle of the Mosring, where Ysgramor's armies marched through a field of crimson snow. They say he rode in on a horse of pure white, his armor and spear a beacon of hope in the dark terror of war. The Snow Prince. He swept through the Needs like a violent gale, felling them one by one in a storm of spears. Many great warriors died by his hand, and thus it was the cruelest irony for him to be slain by a child. She was a squire, a girl, mad with fury and grief for her mother, but still just a girl. So say the tales. But who knows how much is truth? What I do know is my pact with Cordinaus remained, for I am a Draugr, bound to serve even as my master is dead. All that remains of who I am, my beauty, my fears, my heart, lies in this caricature of a human being. And it seems I myself am a poor caretaker of that legacy. When I look back at everything I was, from my flesh to my name, it feels like I am staring at a portrait of someone else's memories. The Draugr know words of power, but they are not lucid like you and I. They are mindless puppets, doomed to walk the earth as the undead. Some believe the Draugr are cannibals, for whom this existence is a penalty. Others believe they are thought cursed for betraying mankind. In truth, the Draugr are simply dead bones, brought to animation by the power of the Dovra, but not to life. Well, Quilon means bow, and Tilon means die. I would assume that the phrase means something like bow to me or die. Bolagars means beg for mercy, but I cannot. Gren Sosal basically means may your blood break. That one means die horribly slain. It means sorrow. Not an uncommon phrase. Do they really say that? Fear, stink, death. Goodness, is it only join the dead? So dreary. Am I right in guessing that all these phrases are said in the heat of battle? Yes, it's a very concise language, but I much rather the Draugr exist on but a whisper of life, granted by the word of a... It is normally blasphemous for anyone not of the priesthood to use this. The same is true for my existence. I am not a Draugr bound to the will of any priest. I have been... Yes, some would call it a blessing. I can never again feel the warmth of another. Not even the wind deigns to acknowledge my presence. It passes through my body like a cold shoulder. There is no greater jewel, no gem more precious in this world. So while I thank you for your words, in my mind, they are as empty as I am. I do not know many Draugr who are slain. The Dovra who imbued me with life was slain many centuries ago, and with him gone, will you grant me this kindness, stranger? My body may resist, but my mind, my voice, it will not shout. I understand. Feel free to ask as many as you like, but I hope we can revisit this topic later. Yes, have you considered what I said? Will you grant me the peace I desire? Thank you. You are both kind and merciful, and while I may be queen, the old Nedic tradition says there is no... that you slay me as you would any nameless... I beg you, forget you ever spoke to this rattle of bones, so that someday perhaps, in the great halls where all spirits are laid to...